What is Larry's most embarrassing moment? Tell me that.
Ooh, Larry's most embarrassing moment. I forgot what he did, but I remember he got beat in the shower. It's this boy. Mom called me.
Tell me
pretty good.
Tell me about that.
I just know he got in trouble. Larry was always getting in trouble for everything. Like I said about Larry, Larry's very complex, but complex in a good way. He's a great brother, you know, heck of a writer, you know, put out all those books through all these years and everything like that. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication, you know, because you're going to have your ups and downs and everything as far as, oh, do I want to do this, or how I feel if people think about this. But Larry's starting to set his own trend when it comes to writing. You know? There's always something that you're going to get from reading his books, good or bad or anything.
Okay. So Larry's your older brother, right?
Yes, Larry was my oldest brother.
Alright, so tell me how does it feel having Larry as an older brother?
Having Larry as an oldest brother is one of the most fulfilling things that I have next to my mother and my other siblings. I mean, Larry's he's more like a father than the oldest brother. You know, he makes sure I'm doing everything right. He checks me when I'm wrong and stuff like that. He gives great advice, and you know, he always tell me to be myself and to always follow your heart. And be like LeBron James as a basketball player.
Wow,
the sky's the limit for Larry.
Yeah.
As long as he keeps his focus, his hard work, and his dedication, and you know, keep his brand going as far as keep pushing himself to be the best that he can be.
Okay. Alright, tell me. I mean, I'm gonna mix with a curveball.
Sexuality. That's a very good question. It's eccentric. It's out there, but you will want somebody to be that way. You want people to feel comfortable in their own skin, no matter what sex, race, religion they are. That can be a Republican, you know, and be like, but you know, it's still your brother at the end of the day. It's still fam, and it's still flesh and blood. So, you know, you gotta accept it for what it is, and you know, he treats people the way they want to be treated. It's not really about what person is, gay, bi, lesbian, you know, have sex with dead people. It's, you know.
I respect you for that. I respect you for that. One word that would describe Larry to you. One word.
Versatile. And I say versatile because he does a lot of things besides write. Besides write, he's a poet. He's a dancer. He loves kids. He does everything. He's not human at times.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna take a picture of them field peas. Oh, not the camera. Stop. I didn't want to film it. That is a bad dress. Look at this dress. Turn around one time. My cousin got a dog. She got a dog. My cousin, well, Ass is running the family. I mean, we can't help that. But I'm gonna take her picture. I just had to film her. So like that picture of the section. Not even Sarah's helper right there, named Chris, my brother. My brother Chris.
Yeah, that's all me, baby.
Yeah. And y'all back our hoes, you can't have them. You see that right there? Boop, 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 boop. Why you had to go there? Why you had to go there?
I'm talking about
why he had to go there?
I'm talking about for
why he had to say that? I am. And I don't, and I don't eat bananas. I eat strawberries.
And we need to find my cousin. They got what's the name?
I'm smoking black.
What?
He got field peas. He's trying to That's my dog right there. I had to beat up Chris because he messed with my mama Mia. I had to knock him out. Let me introduce y'all. Isha's the cutest girl in the world beside my cousin-in-law, Sophie, who was a beauty queen, the future #1 selling singer-songwriter in the world. It's her. Don't lie. I'll help you right. You got a cousin.
That's my
right
motherfucking
here. You got a cousin.
That's my brother video.
Right. I'll help you.
Got my little brother. Yo,
Isha
that's
is so cute.
I got
Hey, look at that piercing on Isha's lip.
Then we got another
Isha's
little
so cute. You want my cousin? I'll take you from prison.
Hey. Oh, you gotta get out this phone.
What's in there? Let me see.
Nope.
Oh, you telling me no?
I'm sorry, sir, but you got
So you have my phone all night, but I can't see your phone?
That's personal.
I got stuff in my phone that's
I don't
personal.
go through it. You can't see this.
I'm gonna see that motherfucking phone. I'm gonna catch you slipping.
Get your phone off
No,
me.
you're not even gonna delete that.
Let me see.
Oh.
I had chicken.
I bet you I get that fucking phone.
So,
They don't know me there. I'm a snitch in there. I'm very sneaky.
No, they
I
don't,
would get
man.
that phone. They just don't know it yet.
Let's go to this.
What, dog? What, dog? Why you ain't bring me no? What is that? Oh? You made me sneeze. I thought it was candy. We're going around the light. 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 We getting powered up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say hi, Daddy.
Yep, we throwing it down. See that? Got that boiling over. Gotta let that marinate real quick enough. You know? All the ingredients. Y'all ready for the show? Bam! Rubber around here knocking it down.
What's up, y'all? These boys wish they could do it like me.
Cutting up
One day
potatoes.
they'll learn.
Cutting up potatoes.
I actually met Larry over the internet. One day, 4 years ago, actually, I came across this website. I created a profile and, you know, just put all the information in, and it pretty much tied me with all the people that was located in my area. And his profile just so happened to pop up. This was like, I want to say 2 weeks before my 26th birthday. And I hit him up. He responded back, which was surprising. And he agreed to go out with me for my birthday. And it's been downhill, well, not downhill, but it's been history since then. We went to South Beach and we went to this place called Ocean's 10. But before we went there, you know, walked the beach a little bit, talked a little bit. And, you know, we pretty much hit it off. You know, that night we still hold memorable because, you know, it was a cool night. It was a cool evening that night. You know, I ain't gonna lie, he was scared. He thought I was some kind of serial killer or something.
Oh, man.
So he was scared to get in my car at first. But, you know, after about a half hour of trying to convince him that, you know, I ain't no killer, you know, we got in the car and, you know, we had a good evening.
Alright. What was the first, like the first?
The first book I read was actually his first King of Erotica installment, the first book. I purchased his books before I started talking to him, before I even, you know, said anything to him, even before he knew who I was. I purchased his books. And I read his first book in a day and a half. And this was, I believe, a 500-600 page book. and I finished it in a day and a half. I couldn't put it down. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was really a good read. You know, very entertaining. You know, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. You know, from start to finish. And after I read that book, I had to hit him up. I had to, you know, give him his props because he really did his thing in his first book. Describe him in one word, I would have to say strength. You know, nobody goes through what he's gone through and not come out like steel. You know, he's very, very strong. You know, and one of the things I admire about him is he doesn't regret anything, and he has no interest of undoing any wrong that has ever been in his life because it molded him, basically. That's one of the things I admire about him. You know, he pretty much accepts, you know, the cards that life dealt him, and he took that and, you know, he turned it into something positive. His writings, you know. A lot of people can't take that kind of pain and, you know, that kind of life and, you know, put it to use. They wind up, you know, slitting their wrists or worse, you know, they out there strung out or something. But he took it and he turned it into something more positive. He didn't, you know, sit back and wallow, or he's not, you know, seeking get back, you know, like a form of revenge or anything like that. It's like everything he's gone through, he just takes it and he puts it into a form of story. And, you know, I have to admit, a lot of people, you know, don't possess that type of gift. So that's why I tell him, you know, he's going to prosper because we know where that kind of gift has come from. You know, it can only come from upstairs. So.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, so I go for what I know. No matter the cost, I'm reaching the top. Cause music's all I know. But I do know it's survival of the fittest. It's survival of the fittest. Yeah, it's survival of the fittest. Yeah, I'm under pressure. I gotta
Being homeless for myself was a very depressing time in my life, considering I grew up in a loveless home. As far as my mom never hurt me, but verbally, yes. But back then, she was a very loving person, so my mother never hurt me. But I still grew up in a loveless environment because of the guy she was married to at the time and the things I had to endure with him, a lot of abuse. When I became homeless, I was homeless for a number of reasons because I couldn't be controlled. And you know when you're out of someone's control, they say you're out of control. I was at the lowest point of my life, like literally the dirt under the bottom of the totem pole. And I had a whole bunch of family making like they were saints. They didn't do anything wrong. They didn't have a past. You know, they have careers, a car, homes, you know, food, money to spend at their disposal. And because I was on parole and basically shackled within something I didn't understand, and because refusing of my sexuality to be something they wanted me to be and I refused to be it, I got thrown out of my house. Basically because I didn't do what my mother said. If I didn't paint the house, if I didn't clean up, I got threatened to get thrown out, or I'm going to call the white people on you, you know, because I was on parole, kind of scaring me into doing what she wanted me to do. Well, it got to the point where I listened. She wanted me gone. She threw me out. I remember what I had on. I had on a wife beater. It was gray. It was pouring rain. Moody Drive, 268, right across from the Citgo gas station on the fucking corner in front of everybody. She threw all my stuff all over her house. Just threw it all, destroyed my pictures, stuff I can't get back. It was just a debris of my stuff all through. My memories were basically turned into debris throughout her home, thrown into the rain as if my stuff meant nothing. And a lot of that stuff I cannot I was in my boxers. They were about yay hot by here with money bags all over it. It was green. And that's the only thing I had on. Pouring rain, mosquitoes eating me alive. And looking at the Homestead Arizona Park while I'm on parole and telling myself, self, this is where I'm going to be sleeping for God knows how long. The 8 months I was homeless was literally, I'm not going to say the worst 8 months of my life, but it was a caricature, a plethora of things that I've been through leading up to that point of power and control from my mother. I didn't know where my next meal was going to come from. So what I did, I told myself I was going to eat at my friends' houses because I had a lot of friends and they loved to feed me. So I never went without food. I had a shower there without me actually telling them I was homeless. I stayed clean, my hair cut, my teeth brushed, and the whole nine. That was a time for me to get myself together and get me together and figure out what Larry was going to do for himself. I don't have anything. I'm a fatherless kid. I'm a nappy-headed nigga, however you want to say it. The environment shaped me. People molded me. The village that raised a child failed me and tried to keep me quiet and brainwash me from a lot of abuse when I went through. So what I did, I got myself together. And I told myself, I am going to write the king of the world.
I wanna fuck her.
Brave Star Beats.
I wanna fuck her. I wanna fuck her. I wanna fuck her. Her friend wanna fuck me. Only one thing to do about it, 'cause good things coming through. We have a menage, have a menage. We gon' have a menage. We have a menage. I wanna fuck her, her friend wanna fuck me. You put them together and we got us a movie. She calling me Huey, 'cause the way I be leaning, it's straight pimpin', it's straight pimpin'.
Before I even came up with the title of the book, before I even thought about the title of the book, I told myself, what do I want this book to be about? I wanted it to be about sex, but with a message. I had a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. I had a lot of things that I was trying to get off my chest. People that don't listen to me, you know, my vengeance, my anger for what people did to me, and I have a chance to get back at them or have closure. People that I did hurt. Everything came to surface, and I wrote my heart out. I had a computer. My best friend, David Jackson, at the time, bought me. My mother wouldn't even let me have a computer in the house. Everybody can have a computer but me. I remember I brought one in the house anyway to defy her because I really wanted to write my stories. And I remember she came home from work and she was like, what's that? And I said, a computer. And she was like, what is it doing in my house? I said, because everybody else have one. And she told me, get it out of my house. And I told her, well, it's not fair if my sister and brothers can have their own individual laptops, but I have a rinky-dink dinosaur computer that a white guy gave me, and you mean to tell me that I can't even have that? I mean, computers so defunctly old that it had the big floppy disk, the big A disk that you had in the kindergarten, if you're my age. That's what I was saying in my books on. She threw the monitor out the door. You know, if you're not going to get it out of here, let me show you how you do it. Threw it all out. Threw it out. And while I'm homeless on this park with my computer, my laptop, David Jackson, my best friend at the time, it's still my best friend to this day, even though I haven't seen him in a minute, bought me that computer. I wrote that book in 5 days. I named it The King of Erotica because I was known for erotic poetry on MySpace when I had those 500 #1 blogs and made a name for myself. And I told myself, if 3 million people can read my blogs and I don't have a book, I'm going to write a book. Family told me I wasn't smart enough. You know, friends told me I wasn't smart enough. Some of them believed in me. A couple of the people in my family believed in me, but not all of them. And I'm not going to name no one, so the guilty party feels guilty, and those who know they were there for me will sleep easy at night. So I'm not going to name any names. But I wrote the book in 5 days, called it The King of Erotica, because Zane was called the Queen of Erotica. So I aptly I amicably, I should say, I beastly call it the king of erotica because I am the king of the whole thing and the queen in it. I can't be touched. And that's the attitude I had when I wrote this book. This book is hardcore. The Golden Mask, Jadish Houston, on the low, first nut about the father that molests his own son and try to condition him because he's a politician and because of his status in government, he didn't want this information to get out. Everything that I went through as a kid, everything I was accused of, everything that I've gone through from having a relationship with my pastor when I was 14 and his wife, all down to how the church conditioned me to make me feel bad about it, even though I was a minor at the time. All of that went in this book. And when I released this book, I gave it away for free. I didn't even want any money. I didn't even want profit, anything like that. I just wanted people to read my book and know this is who I am. And 50,000 copies sold later through word of mouth alone, no promotion, no TV promo, none of this. Mind you, I was homeless and sold this many books. So I wrote book 2 in 2 days. That was a 600-page book. 2 days, literally, I wrote for almost 48 hours without no sleep, shower, nothing to finish this book. At the time of my second book, 15 people wrote their college term papers on me in 9 states. 9 states. College, in seniors, their last year, not freshmen, not juniors, not sophomores, but seniors wrote their paper on me. I published one of those papers in The King too. Book 2 blew up bigger than that. Book 3, I wrote, I wasn't homeless anymore. And before I go any further, I will name Clarice and Danielle, 2 friends who found out I was homeless, took me off the park, took me into their homes. They know my life. They know why I went to jail. They know everything about me and still trusted me around their families. Took me in for a year, gave me a home, a meal, a hot shower, believed in me. I didn't even have to pay rent. As long as I cleaned up a little bit, I can come and go as I please. And all I did was write and dance. That's it. Danielle Benjamin and Clarice Kilpatrick to this day are 2 women that will forever be in my heart because they did something that no one else in my family did. Believe in my dream. And 11 books later, I'm just getting started. Being homeless for me taught me how to be humble. It taught me to not frown down on anyone. It taught me that when someone asks for $1, really look at this person.
When I step out, haters be holding their hands out. Like, what the hell is you talking about? Ain't fuck with me till I step down. But me and your shot have been hanging out. Had my crew just getting it down. I make it rain, she throw it down. Now hurricane, she drop it down. KOD got flipped down. Tip to the I tip her out. Pins on deck, I flick them out. The girl in here better warm me now. Cause swag on deck and I shut it down. Swag on deck and I shut it down. Got racks on racks, no stacks, no stacks. So bitch, you know how to catch it now. Yeah, I'ma do it. I do my motherfucking thing, I'ma do it, ay, so don't you worry about nothing. Do it, yeah, then I'ma have to bust your brain. Yeah, I do it, ay, I do your motherfucking thing. I'ma do it, ay, come do it, do it, ay, come do it, ay, do your motherfucking thing. Do it, ay, come do it, do it, ay, do your motherfucking thing.
I got some tampons for you. Yeah, give them to your Mexican looking ass daddy. I love that. I ain't gonna do that like that. I love that. I tell you that about. I don't know my daddy. He probably do nuts too. Who knows? He probably work for planners. Anyway, it's enough of that. It's enough of that. It's enough of that. My baby is beside itself. Keep going, going, going. You can either die with just 3 books out, or you can live the next 30, 40, 50, and 60 years and watch your 300th book come out.